Well, I had heard how popular Only Fools and Horses was in Serbia, so I decided to go out and try and find out why this was. Belgrade, a Balkan nation, a part of the world that I didn't know an awful lot about. I mean, the odd thing, but it was all very scattergun. So I was fascinated not only to find out about the history of this Balkan nation, but also meet the people and find out why they were so in love with Only Fools and Horses. And I had a lot of adventures, and I met an awful lot of people, and some very, very surprising results. But it was fascinating for me on so many levels. I mean, this history, I've always been fascinated by history, to find out the history of place, whether that had anything to do with the fact that there was this connection with humour between us. If humour can unite people, maybe that's the answer. As an actor, I found myself being sort of known for comedy shows that I've done, which was always a big surprise to my mother, who obviously didn't think I was very funny. She always said, I always thought you'd make your name in drama, but not in comedy. Okay, Mum, sorry. Anyway, I started thinking about this, about comedy, why? And it's always, looking back, it's always been part of my life. You know, ever since I was a child, I was always trying to make people laugh. Sort of defensive mechanism, you could say, I suppose. But I always found comedy amusing, you know. And I'd watch the Marx Brothers, I'd watch a French comedian called Jacques Tati, you know, and I was riveted by all those things. The Goon Show, Spike Milligan and his Merry Men, and I just found that was the way I tended to go, even though I was playing a dramatic part like Jack the Ripper or Dracula or something like that. I'd invest it with a bit of humour, I think, and I play a lot of pantomime villains these days. I have done for the last 20 years, but they're always villains with a sense of humour, you know, because I think it's such a great way to reach people, and as is borne out by the fact that I can go to Belgrade, I can talk to people there and connect with them just through that show, through that humour. Well, I was in Belgrade. The ambassador, the British ambassador, called me and said, would you like to come to this reception? She'd set up a reception, especially for me and my visit, and she'd invited a lot of British expats and people doing business out there. And I'd never been invited to an embassy before. I don't know why, probably not considered quite the right quality. But on this occasion, there I was in Belgrade at the British Embassy.
After you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is really...
Good heavens.
Oh, it's a great honour for us to have you here.
Well, I'm immensely flattered. I don't know what to say. So what do I do? Just sign it?
Just sign it.
Excuse me. The famous signature. Getting worse and worse and more. There. How's that look?
Fantastic. That's excellent.
All right.
Do allow other guests to sign. Well, today is a historic day for the British Embassy in Belgrade. It's always great to have VIP visitors, and it's very special to have VIP visitors that are as much fun as this one.
How are you?
In fact,
How are you? Who are you?
Huge fans of yours.
Huge fans. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you receiving treatment, I hope?
Yeah, we are.
Good.
A little.
A little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, from the local sitcom, which to a degree was also influenced by Only Fools and Horses.
To a high degree or great degree or whatever you say.
Oh, right. So
we are screen writers and comedians. We like to say comedians.
You're comedians.
Yeah, right. So we'll have a nice time tonight.
Yes, very good. Yes. Well, thank you for watching the show. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
We really. Yeah.
The most extraordinary thing about it really was that it was a terribly British occasion. there in the middle of the Balkans, there we were having tea and cakes, just like in England. But I suppose that's what you do at the British Embassy. But if I ever get invited to a British Embassy again, I shall. That'll be my template, and I shall expect it to match up to those standards.
Thank you. There's the milk. Very elegant, isn't it? Yes. So how long have you been?
I've been here 4 months.
4 months you've been the ambassador.
I've been here 4 months, and yes, there's a lot to do.
Come and meet our Boycie, and some guy would shuffle up like this. And he was about 5'4", but he had a moustache, so therefore he was Boycie. Or he sold cars.
It was really nice to actually just give those people a little sort of insight, hopefully, into my life and how the series had gone.
The reach of Only Fools and Horses, how it has gone international, particularly to this part of the world. And as Del Boy would say, we're big in the Balkans. Take out of that what you will. No, I made that up. He didn't say that.
Just say, well, it seemed to get through to people, including our ambassador, who put on the theme tune from Only Fools and Horses and did a little sofa dance for me.
You want to dance? Sofa dancing. I'm okay at sofa dancing, yeah.
But thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here in Belgrade.
Well, thank you very much for asking us here. We are really very honoured ourselves, so we're all honoured. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for coming and being our guests. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You see, my wife is wearing a Marlene skirt.
I have a feeling that everybody, I don't know, at least in Serbia, I don't know about Great Britain, but they know a Boycie in their life. Boycie is coming here. It's one of my childhood dreams coming true.
Right, come along, Marlene, get your coat.
I'm Elena Marko, is the Dean of this faculty, and I wish you a very, very warm welcome to our faculty and university.
While I was there, I was asked to go to a Belgrade university and talk to a lot of English students. And we were expecting, I think, about 50 people odd like that. And over 200 turned up, which was extraordinary, completely unexpected. But there I am, an Englishman, talking to English students about English.
What shall we learn from your lecture?
What from my lecture?
What shall we learn from your lecture?
Practically nothing. And so I continued the character. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can you hear me at the back? Yeah. Can you hear me? I don't need this. No, it's just for camera. Oh, it's for you? It is about people's lives, as you say. It's about difficult subjects. I mean, John Sullivan, the writer, writes about difficult things that happen in everybody's life, really. And he approaches them, but he just makes you smile at the end of it. It makes you think, oh, maybe it's not too bad.
I suddenly thought to myself, perhaps it would be fun to teach them a bit of English that not a lot of English understand, not a lot of English people understand. And this is the Cockney rhyming slang.
If you think you know English, if you think you know English properly, just think about this. If somebody came up to you and said, I was sitting with the trouble, right? I was sitting with the trouble, and we were watching the strawberry. All right, but we said, well, that's boring, so we'll get in the jam jar, and we'll go off for a ruby. So we had the ruby, and it wasn't up to much, you know. So I offered him a Godiva, and the man holding the restaurant, running the restaurant, and he said, "You're having a bubble bath." I was going to charge you a pony. You wouldn't understand a word I was saying, would you? Even though you knew English. So,
the age range was very impressive, I thought. They, from about 16 years old up to slightly older, possibly as old as me. Who knows?
yes, yes.
What's your name?
Vesna, V-E-S-N-A. V-E-S-S.
Hello. This is for now.
From my father. He will die from happiness.
I don't want your father to die. Be responsible for your father's death. What's his name?
C-A.
Pleasure.
It's so nice that Boycie came and that he was so willing to be part of people that came to see him, to be so close, friendly and approachable. There's a tremendous similarity in the subject that he depicts, the way of life. It's all so close, and yet it's presented in a novel way, through fun, through mishap, and how it, in the end, can turn right. It fits with Serbian spirit. We fight, we work hard, but we also have great fun and enjoy life.
Well, I'm a great football fan here in England. For my sins, I suffer supporting the Arsenal. I have done ever since I was 5 years old. No idea why. I've never lived in North London in my life. Anyway, the Arsenal are my team. And the equivalent in Serbia, of course, are Red Star, who play in the same colours. Maybe there's a connection there. So I was delighted to be invited to go to Red Star. It's one of those names that always had a little frisson for me. You know, obviously used to European football and all our teams playing in Europe and so on. But Red Star Belgrade just had a ring to it, you know. It was somewhere I'd always wanted to go.
Yugoslavian Championship and the current Serbian Championship.
Oh, that's the trophy, yeah?
Yes, it's old, 73 years old.
I was going to say, that's not a new one, is it? That's wonderful. Yeah.
We played some team before.
Some team before, yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Maradona played.
Did he play here?
Yeah.
Maradona, yeah.
Pele, Garincha, Beckenbauer, Bertie Fox, Bobby Charlton.
Bobby Charlton, yes.
Yeah.
Maradona.
Douglas Keegan.
Maradona, his name is not good in England.
I know, God hand.
Yo, the hand of...
Yes, I know.
Shame, because he's a wonderful player, but
yes.
you just thought, oh.
It's unsport move. Yes.
That's not good.
It's not
good.
popular.
No, that's right.
To remember the great games in the Europe friendly whatever.
Oh,
but
yes.
Mostly for the Europe like this. I skip this one because you dislike Manchester.
No. I mean, no. It's just a big rivalry. It's always a big, more of a rivalry for Arsenal than there is with Tottenham. Tottenham are our neighbours, but I always liked Tottenham. I've always liked the way they play, but Manchester United, there's a phrase in England: anybody but Manchester United. Who is this? Is this a Serbian Boycie?
It's look like, yes.
Come along, Marlene. Come along, say, come along, Marlene, get your coat, we're leaving. So was he a player? Did he play?
Yes, he played. He's a good sportsman.
He was good?
Yes.
Oh, that's the main thing.
Yes.
And he has a good moustache.
Yes.
That's the main thing, yeah. What's his name?
Milan.
Yes. Oh. And how long ago was that?
Oh, it's around 50 years ago. Yeah, right.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
40. Oh yes, 47 to 72.
This is other, but yes, it's during the 70s.
Yeah.
More than 70s in the beginning.
I can see he's a confident man. He has lots of money. He knows what to do. You know, maybe he has good cars, nice cars. He sells cars. Maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can recommend him good car.
Oh, fantastic.
Present.
Yeah.
A jersey. Can you just?
Oh, yeah, a shirt. No, really?
Show it. Yeah, because
Oh,
it's
wow.
special.
Is this one here?
Just for you. Yeah. I can.
You hold the bag.
Yeah.
So I have
You
to
can
play centre forward.
Yeah.
I have to score all the goals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Can you just show the name?
Yeah.
That's the name in Serbian. Boycie.
Boycie.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. You like
Wow.
the number 9?
I do. Yes, I did play at one point. I played number
Middle.
9 at school.
Number?
Number 9, yes.
Oh,
Centre forward.
really?
Centre forward, we called it.
Yeah.
Centre forward, and I was supposed to score all the goals.
And you scored?
Yes, I scored a lot of goals.
Oh, okay.
So, that's
That's
fantastic.
Boycie on
Thank you so
Serbian,
much.
and That's for you.
So when do I start playing?
16 February.
I'll be here.
Čukarički.
I'll be here, right?
Yeah,
I'll see.
with
Yeah.
Čukarički. Spell it? Čukarički.
Tukarički?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Our,
Right. So I'll start training when I get back to England.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
but you must train hard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I must. Yes. Well, when I found out that Serbia had a royal family and that they had a palace, I thought, that sounds like my sort of area. Very much Boycie's area, that sort of thing. I thought, well, I'd better go and have a look, check this out, and see what's happening. Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Chalice.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Royal Palace.
Thank you very much.
My name is Gavrilo. I shall be your guide today through this building.
Good. Well, thank you for having me.
Not at all, not at all. This is the home of the royal family of Serbia, built by King Alexander I, the grandfather to His Royal Highness Crown Prince Alexander, who today is the head of our royal family.
Okay.
The building was finished in 1929. That's when the royal family moved in here and lived here until the breakout of the Second World War in our country, which happened in the spring of 1941. The king's main wish was for his home to reflect Serbian medieval tradition.
The library.
It's the Italian Renaissance art.
Oh, yeah.
The ceiling, the furniture, the bookcases.
Right, so it's a whole team of architects, designers deciding.
Absolutely. The chief architect was a Serbian one, Mr. Živojin Nikolic. However, he was assisted very much by some very prominent and very good Russian architects, but I will tell you more about the Russians when we go to the basement.
So there's something good about Russians.
At that moment...
Of course, I'm sorry, I'm being frivolous.
There were two kinds of Russians.
Yeah.
The so-called white Russians, who were very much supported by King Alexander I. He was a great patron of the so-called white Russians, and of course the communist Russians.
Sure.
Now this is the Blue Salon, with examples of yet another artistic influence. That would be the French Baroque art, of course. The furniture was modeled on Louis XV and Louis XVI styles. Over there, the King's office.
So another first for me, I got invited to the King's room. I've never been to the King's room. I've been to the King's head, but there's nothing to do with it, is it?
This is His Majesty King Alexander I.
And is that his chair?
Exactly. And his desk.
And his desk.
Both original from 1929 when the palace was finished.
This is where he would sit and sort everything out and make sure everything was working properly.
Yes. The most important decisions for the fate of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia were brought right here in this room.
Wow. That's an amazing thought, isn't it? Is the monarchy here like the monarchy in England, do you think? Is there a similarity between the roles of the monarchy?
Not really.
No, it's very different?
Very, very different, I would say. First of all, we're still very much a republic, or at least on paper. And our current government has, shall we say, rather ambivalent relationship towards the royal family.
Oh, right.
On the one hand, they kind of accepted that the royal family is important in humanitarian work and in representing Serbia to our foreign guests and
Sure.
even some important investors. But on the other hand, this is still all the confiscated property.
Uh-huh.
The government has not returned yet any of the royal family's property.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I didn't know that. I see.
And the notorious decree that was issued in 1947, which prohibited the royal family from returning to the country and stripped them of their citizenship and confiscated the entire property, is still in one part in force, and that is the issue of property. The citizenship was restored, and the royal family, of course, was let to return to the country, and they were even given their own home to use.
Yes.
But officially and legally, none of the property has been returned yet.
Oh, how interesting. Yeah. Yes, because, well, you know, in England there's discussion about it, and of course we had a so-called revolution in 1600, and Oliver Cromwell took over and abolished the monarchy, but then some years later back came the monarchy, and we've had it ever since. And,
yes,
because it's I don't know, it's something that we need, I suppose.
The relationship between Serbian and British monarchy. This is an interesting photograph.
No power.
2012, the Diamond Jubilee. A rare occasion when almost all monarchs from all over the world, not just Europe, but also the Middle East, and Asia, and even Africa, gathered in Windsor Castle to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee. Here's a Crown Prince in the back row.
Oh, yeah.
And Her Majesty is actually the godmother to our Crown Prince.
Is that right?
That's right. She is the one who held him in her arms at his baptism, at his christening ceremony.
Yeah.
Now, the dining room is a very good example of the eclectic impression that the Royal Palace leaves. This is a blend of Italian Renaissance, French Baroque, neoclassical style.
That's
View
wonderful.
of the patio and the Royal Chapel, dedicated to St. Andrew I Cole. Now, to the basement.
To the basement. Many people have been to the basement and never returned. I was terrified. I mean, go down to a crypt in a royal palace in Serbia, and he was never seen again. But luckily, I found myself next to a pool table. I thought, oh, it's just like the Nag's Head.
Was I right or was I right?
You were certainly right.
Of course.
That's amazing.
Now we come to the Russians.
Yes.
The man behind this was Mr. Nikolai Krasnov, a Russian architect who emigrated to Belgrade after the end of the Civil War in Russia, just like many other Russian intellectuals, and was commissioned by King Alexander I to help finish the Royal Palace. Mr. Krasnov and his team, of course, were extremely nostalgic after their lost fatherland, the Imperial Russia, so they decided to apply many elements copied from the Russian Imperial Palace in Kremlin, Moscow, but in a very unique and extremely skillful way, they combined those elements with the elements from some Oriental arts, like the Persian art,
Yes.
the Turkish art,
I was going to say that.
or even the art of the Crimean Tatars. The Room of Whispers. Now, the Room of Whispers comes from this marble fountain, which allegedly served a special purpose. The sound of the water flowing down the fountain would muffle the sound of any of the conversations that the king would have on this sofa, so that anybody who would pass by couldn't hear anything except faint whispers. Now, this room used to be the king's wine cellar. Today, of course, it's changed its purpose completely. However, at the time of King Alexander I, this is where some of the king's wines used to be kept. And the paintings are illustrations of one of the most beautiful Serbian medieval folk poems. There was a great tradition of oral poetry in medieval Serbia. And of course, throughout the poem, he has a champion, a young man, who is his actually nephew, who protects the emperor all the time, symbolizing the people's love for Emperor Dusan, who was very popular.
That's fantastic.
He was our most successful medieval ruler. Of course, the king's private cinema, which must have been one of the first private cinemas in this part of the world at that time.
Sure.
We're talking about the era when there were still silent movies being shown. Because of that, this niche was designed for the piano and the piano player who would accompany the projections of the silent films. No need for the piano or the piano player. Today, of course, the royal family uses a DVD projector, but comes down here quite often to watch films just like they used to do when King Alexander lived here.
That is
His family.
just the most fantastic cinema I've ever seen, I think.
Very, very nice
Superb.
room. The so-called smoking salon.
Ah, so this is
Our
where
king used to be a chain smoker. He was a person who would literally light one cigarette on another. Although he never allowed smoking anywhere inside the royal palace except in this room.
Oh, right.
And after the Second World War, the communists also discovered the purpose of the room and used it to the same purpose. And then, yet again, they were very much irritated by the symbols of a monarchy. So at one point, they ordered all the royal coats of arms, all the royal initials, all the crowns to be either removed or painted over. And here in the smoking salon, they ordered them to be painted over with 5-pointed communist red stars. There's the one over here, and the one over there.
Oh, yes. Wow, wow, wow.
Now the king deliberately chose the very peak of Dedinger Hill because of this unbelievable, spectacular view.
So north of here is Hungary.
That's right, in this direction.
That way.
That's right.
And that way. What do we see over there? We see a lot of trees. We see nothing.
Behind New Belgrade, if you imagine a hypothetical line, you would go all the way to Croatia, all the way to Zagreb.
The next country over there. What is?
That would be Romania, some
Romania.
500 kilometers away in that direction. That's how our medieval monasteries looked like.
Yeah.
This is almost as a copy of our medieval monastery. It has been a great pleasure for all the employees of the Royal Palace Fund and Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Catherine's Foundation to have Mr. Chalice visiting the Royal Palace. We were all thrilled to have him take a tour of the Royal Palace and to tell him more about the life of our royal family and the humanitarian activities especially of Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Catherine. Even the younger generations who were not even born when Only Fools and Horses was originally broadcast in Serbia are very much familiar. The show was immensely popular in Serbia and in Belgrade. It almost had a kind of a cult followers, and we were all delighted to have one of the members of the crew visiting Belgrade and the Royal Palace. All my friends would be really angry with me if I did not take a photograph with him and told them that I had the pleasure of guiding Mr. Chalice for the Royal Palace. So it meant a lot to me. It's very, very relatable, and all the characters in Only Fools and Horses, including, of course, the character of Boycie, played so brilliantly by Mr. Chalice, are very much relatable to our mentality, which is the reason why the show was so very much popular, at least in Belgrade.
Well, now, as you know, Boycie loves his brandy. A large cognac, please, Michael, he was heard to say in the Nag's Head on a regular occasion. But over here in Serbia, of course, the brandy is entirely different. and it's made out of something entirely different. It's made out of plums, which I never knew about. And the famous plum brandy in Serbia is called rakia. So somebody said, why don't you come and see how it's made and what happens to it? I thought, well, that is an offer I can't refuse. So here I am, and it's all a bit eerie, to be honest. And suddenly the door opens and two rather large men come down. One with a moustache, looking like something out of The Godfather, who immediately kisses me 3 times on the cheeks. And then I realised I had to kiss him back 3 times on the cheeks, and then kiss the other man, who turned out to be his son, 3 times. I've been kissed more times than I've ever been kissed in my life.
Boycie, welcome to Serbia. Welcome to Belgrade.
Hello, hello.
3 times.
Run. Oh, hey.
Welcome.
And for you too. Oh,
yeah. Welcome.
Thank you
nice
so
to have
much.
you here.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for asking me.
It's a great pleasure and great honor to have you here.
An honor. Well, it's an honor for me to be here too. And I'm glad to see someone else has a moustache. Yeah?
Serbian and like English similar.
Yes.
Little. Okay. Boycie, this is our production in Belgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you a little bit of how we produce rakia and talk a little bit about tradition. And so you know, I know you are a brandy fan.
Wow. That's amazing.
25 years ago in Serbia, everybody was making brandy, and you know, every brandy producer said, "Oh, mine is the best, mine is the best," and somebody just needs to bottle it, and we're gonna earn lots of money. And everybody was talking this, but my father was the one of the few who actually did it, who didn't do just the talking, but he did do the bottling part and started offering a little by little to the restaurants, to like premium stores, and it became interesting. At the beginning, when you bring the rakia to the restaurant or to the store, and it costs like a good cognac or whiskey, like 2/3 said, "What are you doing? I mean, you cannot sell me rakia for the price." Well, 1/3 of the people was saying, "Okay, finally somebody did it." Now after
and that was you?
Yeah, that was my father.
So we have you to thank.
Well, now after 25 years, nobody's asking this question. Should rakia be considered the very same quality? Fortunately, now it's very trendy in Serbia, in the best restaurants, in the best wine stores or the gift stores. The rakia is
So did you know the process? Instinctively, or was it an experiment?
No, I learned, but I make an agreement with the professor of the university in Belgrade. He was like a technologue according to law. He was have a responsibility for the quality. And my wishing is, I said, for me it's only interesting to be top, maximum top. So the difference between all and this we are starting small quantity, but slowly, but the people recognize Stara Sokola. Oh, that's something different.
The quality, yes, I see. So this is kosher brandy.
Yeah, this is the tank where we keep kosher brandy for a customer in UK actually.
So why is it kosher?
Well, it is. There is special requirement that is for the kosher certificate, and the main thing is about production. The brandy cannot be in contact with tanks that have wine or wine products in it, and you need to use special yeast for the fermentation that is also kosher.
I see.
So that's why it is quite a strong requirement. But
I didn't know. I always thought it just the word just applied to meat and so on.
No. Actually, the Jews are very big consumers of plum brandy. It's very.
I see.
Yeah.
Plum brandy, but not grape. No grape brandy.
No. For grape brandy, you need to be produced by the observant Jew. It cannot be produced by the Serb. Or maybe English who's not.
Well, there's something else I never knew. Among many things.
So, Boycie, you want to go inside to try some rakia?
Well, I've always been interested in a large cognac, you see, but I'm not trying to drink cognac. I'm going to try your brandy instead.
Yeah,
Is it okay?
You see, it's as good as cognac.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I don't have to drink a bottle of each, do I?
Well, in the evening, yes. In the morning...
I don't think I can do that just today, anyway.
Yeah, just today. Well,
So what shall I choose?
Well, I suggest we start with apricot.
Mm-hmm.
This is Stara Sokolova Kajsija.
Okay, you better pour it for me.
Kajsija is the Serbian name for apricot.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 100% fruit distillate, aged for 3 years in oak barrels.
Wow, yes, it smells very good. Apricot. Apricot. Is this your favourite? Is this your favourite one?
What
do you do? What's the best way to do it?
Well, you stir it a little bit and then you stick your nose inside.
You stick your nose. Can you get your nose inside the glass? Yes,
Well,
just.
that's why I have these big glasses. And then you sip.
And then you swallow.
Then you move it in your mouth. And
I forgot to do that.
And then in the end, so you feel all the aroma, and then you sip.
God, that's fantastic.
And this is the 12 years old plum brandy.
12 years old.
This is very limited quantity, around 3,000 bottles per year, and one that we bottle once a year, and then usually for 3-4 months we are out of it. We wait for the next.
The next crop of plums, yeah.
Next barrel to be opened.
Okay.
Stara Sokolova plum brandy, 12 years old. This is very much like a Boycie cognac.
You just sniff it. I mean, you know, it's a very good smell, isn't it?
This is an evening drink.
Oh yes, that's very nice, isn't it?
So this was Queen's was 3 years old, and Stara Sokolova 12 years old.
Yes, that's wonderful. I have to say.
Which one is your favorite?
I think I've changed from the Quince to this one.
This one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just got a
so much complexity and.
Yes. It's so complex, I don't understand it.
The more it ages, it gets more mellow, and you get.
Yes, I think that's right. That's the good word. I think it's more mellow than the others. So for me, that's. I'm just wondering about this abandoned car. I can see because I'm a bit famous for selling second-hand cars. So I'm quite interested to see how this car actually appears there.
It's a long story. Some of this, the part of this property is owned by the state company that's in the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So this is the part of the.
Oh, it's a part of the bankruptcy.
Of the bankrupt mess. So you cannot touch it until it.
I love the. You see the tree growing out to the side of the car.
It hasn't been moved for 10 years.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, young man, I mean, it's a very interesting little motor. I think I could do a little something with this. So, for a consideration, I'll take this off your hands for a bottle of your lovely brandy. How do you feel?
That would be a good service to me. So
Good man.
I can have this place.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, of course, one of the perks of my trade is that you get to walk the streets with an attractive blonde woman talking about your life under an umbrella. I have to say, with this particular example, it took us about an hour to get the streets cleared so we could actually walk up and down because there were just people all over the place.
Tell me, were you surprised when Serbian people recognized you here?
I was, yes, when I first came. Particularly in the street. I'm used to it in England. But here, I was very surprised, yes. A lot of people will have a look and then look away and shake their heads and look back again and then come up and apologize for not recognizing me straight away, and I think it's okay, it's not compulsory.
Okay.
So I was very surprised, yes.
Okay, when I told my friend yesterday I do interview with you, he said me, "Oh my God, that's amazing. I think that he's the most interesting guy in the UK."
So I should be Prime Minister?
Maybe. Are you like that? Even the cameras off?
Sorry, with the cameras off?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I suppose so. I'm one of those people who, all my life, I've tried to find the comedy in life. I've always found life quite funny. The things that happen to people and so on. So I tend to sort of try and make people's lives a bit happier because I believe in it. Because basically, I just think life works better like that, you know, with laughter and so on. And there's so much to laugh at in life. You know, if you can just see the funny side of it, I think you can get through it. The whole week was really flooded with interviews from all sorts of directions and all sorts of attitudes, including one gentleman who came up and said to me, "What are you doing here?" As if I'd crept up under the customs or something, got into the country illegally. It was a bit of a shock, but no, I'm sure he meant well anyway. But I spent a lot of time trying to understand why it has such a connection with people, this particular show. And in the end, I found myself explaining, or trying to explain it, as I have to do in England. So there's even more of a connection that still nobody can quite put a finger on it. I mean, it's a combination of so many things, but it was very gratifying to find that there was that depth of interest from all sorts of angles for me.
Welcome, John.
Thank you, Father.
Welcome to Belgrade. Welcome to the Temple of the St. Sava.
The Temple of St. Sava. I've always wanted to be here, but I'd like to know more about it.
Do you want to come with me inside?
I would love to. Is that okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Inside and look at the biggest temple in this part of the Europe Orthodox temple of St. Sava.
Is amazing.
Yes,
and more scaffolding than I have ever seen in my life.
Really?
It's just amazing.
Do you want to go up to see?
Oh God, no!
Oh, it is
right,
high.
sorry,
It's
God,
high for you.
it's too high for me. Yes,
Okay,
I am
okay.
so. Ooh.
Okay.
You know, people jump out of aeroplanes and all sorts of things, but not me, I'm afraid. So heights is not good for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, John, no problem. Next time.
When did all this start? When did is it rebuilding, or is it
No.
completely new?
Yes, it is a very good question.
Yes.
We started to build this temple at 1935, before the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Second World War started, we stopped with the building until 1985, when we start again building this
50
temple.
years, 50 years,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, 50 years.
Yeah.
We had a problem. We have a communist here in Yugoslavia. They didn't let us to start again with the building until 1985. Before the Second World War, we built about 9 to 12 meters of the walls of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
After the Second World War, I told you we didn't build it in 1985. We start again, and we built until 1991, when we stopped again with the building because the wars in former Yugoslavian republics. And we start again at 2000, and we're still building. We hope that we will finish this or next year.
Ah, I see. But when the Russians were here, surely there is a Russian Orthodox church, and you are a Serbian Orthodox
Yes,
church.
we're
So,
Serbian church.
so why would they stop you building your church?
Because the communists
They just don't
believe in God. They don't believe in the power of God. They thought that the Serbian church was the enemy of the country at that time, and that's why they didn't let us to start again. But the God is powerful. The God is big, and they can't win the God.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
They had only 50 years.
So you have started to build
Yes, to build
3
again.
times.
Yes, 3 times.
And this is the 3rd time.
And we hope the last one.
And this time you will finish, huh?
Yes. In this temple, we think that I told you we will finish this year or maybe next year. But we hope that we will be finished this year.
Who will pay for all this?
Oh, this. That is all.
I have a little money. I have a euro, maybe €2.
No. We don't in Orthodox Church. We don't look at how much money give people for the building of the temple, because sometimes the €1 from someone who don't have the money is bigger than maybe €1 million from someone who have a lot of money.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
And that's why this temple is building all Serbian people, not only one person. All Serbian people is building this temple.
I see. Right.
Yes.
And this is a temple to Saint Sava, yeah?
Yes, Saint Sava.
Who was Saint Sava?
Saint Sava was is the biggest saint in Serbian Orthodox Church. He lived at the end of 2nd until the 1235 in the 3rd century. He was a royal prince, but he didn't want to be a king. He only wanted to be a monk. He give to the church and for the Orthodox Church. Yes. After the 14th century, when the Turkish army came on this ground, on Serbian ground, we were under the Turkey army about 5 centuries. Only was in the mind of the Serbian men was the name of the Saint Sava. Saint Sava was the guy who lead all the Serbian people. And that's why when the Turkish army saw that, they took the dead body from the monastery in Mileševo and bring the body of Saint Sava here on this ground, and they bring the Serbian people and they burn the body. They burned the body to see, to show the Serbian people how Turkish army is big, how Turkish army is strong. But they did wrong. They maybe burned the body, but they didn't burn the spirit of the Saint Sava.
That's right, the spirit
of the
survived.
Saint Sava was in the mind and the heart of the Serbian people, of the Serbian soldiers, was more bigger. And that's why on this place, when they burned the body of the Saint Sava, we are building the biggest Orthodox temple, who is named the Saint Sava, for all Serbian people.
That's wonderful. What a story. I mean, but how Serbia has suffered under other regimes, for so long.
Yes, we
suffered. But as you say, the spirit survives, and that's wonderful.
These are the mosaics. This year we hope that we will finish the mosaics in the temple. For 2 years we finished the dome with the mosaics. The mosaics are a gift from the Russian people, Russian President Putin and Russian Orthodox Church to Serbian Orthodox Church and to Serbian people and the company of the Gazprom. They finished the dome before about 2 years, and we are still finishing the mosaics in all walls of the temple. When you came to the center of the temple and when you turn around yourself, everything you'll see with your eyes will be on mosaics. Everything. Everything. Yes. Everything.
That's an extraordinary thought.
Yes.
And so it is put directly onto the stone, or onto boards covering the stone, or all mosaic is directly on the...
300 Russian artists in Moscow, they are making that mosaics, and they're bringing that mosaics here in Belgrade. About 90 people is now working in the temple, and they're putting that mosaics on the walls. Before a few days came 1,200 more quadrat meters more of mosaics for north and east galleries, and some ornamentics for the temple. And I tell you, we hope that with mosaics we will finish this year, until the end of this year.
This time, next year?
We will
finish.
Yes. Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That is remarkable. I mean, looking at that, just extraordinary. So, is this a record for scaffolding? I've never seen scaffolding at this height.
Yes. We have about 65 meters until the dome. The old temple is about 80 to 90 meters. And in the temple can stay about 10,000 people.
And that is the lift that'll that would take.
It is a lift for the workers now who are working upside of the dome. Yes.
Yeah.
When you get up to the dome, you can go out and see go around the dome, and you have a lookout, and you can see the old Belgrade. Yes.
I feel nervous already. I can feel at the back of my legs. I can't do this.
Okay, yes. We will have two lifts for the tourists, and the tourists, when they came to see the temple, they can go up with the lift.
I think it's a remarkable story of survival and spirit, as you say, that this is happening. It's wonderful.
Yes, but this is not the all. We have understair church, called crypt, and it is.
And you have a smaller church outside,
yes,
don't you? Yeah.
Outside, yes,
yeah.
outside. But downstairs we have something better.
Something special.
Yes, you will see that.
I will.
You want to come with me?
I would love to. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
As long as we don't have to go up there.
No, we go down. Under the temple of St. Sava, the church of St. Lazarus from Kosovo.
Well, this is
This
magical.
Is
magical.
Finished.
You
Yes.
have finished this.
Yes, we finished this. We started to build this church in 2004, and we finished that before 3 years. Father of St. Sava, his brothers, and other Serbian biggest saints in the Serbian history of the Orthodox Church. St. Lazarus lead Serbian troops against the Turkish army when the Turkish army came on Kosovo. Kosovo is the south part of the Serbia. When the Turkish army came on Kosovo, they wanted to take the Serbian land and still going upstairs in the Europe. And they was threatened for the all Christianity people in the Europe. And Saint Lazarus was the first wall against that Turkish army. We didn't. Our army was much smaller than the Turkish army, but our hearts and our strength was much bigger than the Turkish army.
Sure.
We stopped them on the Kosovo. They catch Saint Lazarus, and they cut his head. You can see this picture here. How is Saint Lazarus giving his head, giving his life for the Serbian country.
These are the Turks here about to execute him.
Yes. The angel takes his head. That's why he is a saint in our
Everybody over the century seems to want Serbian land.
Yes.
Everybody wants.
I don't know why.
Backwards, forwards, backwards.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. That's extraordinary.
Yes. With this picture, you can see how they are.
Oh yes, they're there.
Yes. Bringing the body of St. Lazarus.
Yes, yeah.
So I told you upstairs, they win this war, they win this battle. They came in Serbia, and we were under Turkish army about 500 years, a lot. But in that 500 years, we didn't forget who we are and what we are able to do.
Sure.
When we have St. Sava in our heart, when we have a church and faith in God in our hearts. This is a gift for you, a part of mosaic.
For me?
Next time when you came in the temple will be finished, and you will say, wow, look the mosaics, I have a part in my house.
But there is a bit missing. There is a bit missing in the temple. This is gold, eh?
Yes, this is glass with the gold paper inside.
I'll just test this for gold, eh? Yes, gold. Thank you very much.
Nothing, John.
I will come back and put it in the space that is missing.
We will hope that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, when I was asked to visit a motor museum, I thought, bonnet de douche, this is my area. So in I went to meet the man whose museum it was.
Yes.
Hey.
Welcome, Boycie, to
Thank you,
to my
Bratis.
modest Bratislava, to my modest museum.
Oh, well, thank you
Yes.
very much. This is it? This is all there is?
No.
Oh, there's more.
No, there's more, yes.
Oh, you have more cars. Let me see. Let me see.
Yes, of course.
Where did this come from?
From United States.
Uh-huh.
It is Auburn. It is a capital of Indiana in America.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
town, Auburn.
So how much is it worth? Millions.
No, it is maybe $500,000. Maybe,
Uh-huh.
maybe this time.
And you have a parking meter?
The parking meter, yes.
My euro. I must find a euro. I must find a euro and put my money in here. There. Drove me mad. This is very old. This is very old, like me. Yeah. Maybe not as old as me.
Yes, this is from 1902.
Is that one of the first? One of the first?
No, one of the first Fords.
Yeah, very first Ford.
This is horses carried, but this is not the original
Yeah.
license plate.
Well, I don't think I could see it on my forecourt, you know. Perhaps a Laura Ashley interior, clean out the ashtray. I might be able to. So you never know, do you? That's fantastic. What a collection.
This is a Charon from
And this is Charon?
the garage of our King Peter I from 1908.
1908?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was driven by our first chauffeur, first Serbian who put
Do they
his-
work? Would they run if you took them out on the street? You couldn't park,
Yes,
of
you
course,
couldn't
but but would they run?
They
They
run.
could still run, yeah. Fantastic. Well, certainly amongst this wonderful selection of cars, we saw some fantastic vehicles. Not vehicles I would have on my forecourt in Peckham, of course. However, there was some fantastic stuff there, including a collection of President Tito's cars, and it was very evident from particularly his Mercedes how he protected himself. Look at the Mercedes, look at that, yeah.
Armored, you know, 4 tons.
Mm.
Look at the thickness of the
Oh, yeah.
glass. The glass was 3 centimeters.
So this was protective glass?
Yes.
Yes, who was in this car?
Tito.
This was Tito's car?
Yes.
So he was worried that somebody was going to do him harm, yeah?
yes.
So he would draw the curtains.
Yes, draw the curtains and
that.
This is division glass also.
Yeah, so this is bulletproof and
Bulletproof, yes.
everything would bounce off.
Yes.
So did he use this right to the end?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. That is fantastic, isn't it? And his driver just
Driver
had
also
glass. Yes, of course he would. Yeah. Gosh. That is.
This is the small car. So Mercedes is from his wife, Jovanka Broz.
Yeah.
I bought it from the military scrapyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And repaired it. And
Repaired, yes.
Yeah. So did she have thickened glass too?
No.
No.
No, for
So,
wife.
I protect myself, but my wife
my
is
wife-
okay. I don't believe it. After all I've done, all the places I've been, I cannot get away from this yellow Reliant Regal. How does this happen all the time? Oh no!
Very popular in Belgrade, in Serbia.
It's a very popular,
very
yes.
popular, yes.
Does it
Very popular.
does it travel around?
Yes,
Go
we
to
travel-
different places.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But the only fools and horses is the number one in Serbia.
Yes, it's very popular, isn't
Very
it? Yes.
popular,
I bet
very
it's
popular.
very surprising to
Very
me.
yes, very
Maybe
popular.
New York, Paris, Peckham,
Peckham,
and Belgrade.
And Belgrade.
I think you should put Belgrade on there. That would be.
Okay, yes.
That would be very good. Yeah.
Yeah, we put Belgrade. Yes.
But it looks in a lot better condition than the ones we used in the show.
Yes.
It was. They made me drive it once, not in the show, but I drove round the car park where we were filming,
It is
and
uncomfortable.
it was the most uncomfortable.
Yes.
My knees were up here by my ears.
Yeah,
Oh God! Oh
That's,
dear! And the thing that it does that because of the one
wheel.
The one wheel, yes.
Because
Yeah.
it is Edwardian law, but it is smaller taxes for three-wheeler.
Yeah.
For four-wheel, it's a high tax.
Yes. It's not good for people who are trying to avoid being run over because they forget there's a wheel in the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so. Where did you find this?
It came from England.
Oh, yeah, you bought it
a friend of
from
mine
England.
bought it for 200 pounds.
200 pounds.
And drove it from London to Belgrade.
And now, an unexpected pleasure. A local artist has come up with a fantastic view of London, a real kaleidoscope of images. And guess what is at the top? A yellow Reliant Regal. You see what I mean? Everywhere I go, even in a piece of art, there it is, haunting me to this day. Suddenly, the two actors that I'd met at the British Embassy, they turned up with a script. Would I be part of their very successful show? May we, may we. Monge two, Monge two.
Action!
Have you decided to buy some?
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much. Is it good?
Well, they certainly don't make it like this anymore.
Stop, perfect. Thank you.
It's a great pleasure for me. It's a great pleasure. I couldn't express my when I maybe tomorrow because my generation and my friends, it was some kind of festivity when we look and we discuss all the week until the new only fools and horses come on our television. It's a part of our life. British people and the British nation is the great nation that they can laugh on themselves. It is the character of a big nation, and then also they have a master actors.
Well, whilst in Belgrade, I was very lucky to be staying at a hotel right in the centre of Belgrade. And there I learnt about the most successful businessman in Serbia, possibly the world, who knows, Filip Zapta. And it was his hotel. He's got a whole chain of hotels, and he just started off by selling pots and pans. I mean, this could be Boycie and his cars. I mean, could be the start of that, I suppose. Boycie's start of it all, but just starting off by pots and pans and finishing up the most successful businessman in the country. This is sort of Boycie country, isn't it? So I think Boycie's probably got aspirations to be as successful as him. Very lucky to have lunch with the manager of the hotels there, and he was telling me all about all his inventions.
The story is maybe Boycie is very good example for us. Yeah, because everyone was thinking that the founder and the owner of the company was not normal when he thought that he's going to make millions and billions only by the pots. So we started with the producing of pots 35 years ago.
Pots and pans.
Pots and pans.
For cooking.
For cooking, and we started with that 35 years ago. Mr. Zapter was the first one who made the fastest first billion. He made the first billion in 3 years.
The first?
Turnover, yeah, the turnover.
Wow.
And Philip went off to sell his pots and pans in Poland first. Is that the first place he went? And everybody said, you're crazy.
You're crazy. No. He said, okay, I will make maybe 10 million turnover for the first year. They said, oh no, that's impossible. You're going to be happy with 1 million if you make this. He said, okay, I will try. And in 1 year, he made a turnover of $100 million.
Oh, wow. Eventually, I was shown up to this rather nice apartment right at the top of the building there, Belgrade. Wonderful views out there. Far too big for me, though. I mean, I could get the whole family in there. I think you can get about 27 people there staying a night, but an interesting thought.
You know, this is our presidential suite.
Ah.
One of the biggest in this part of Europe, 350 square meters. So you can see this is the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's fully equipped, so you can use everything, coffee. This is what I told you, it's water purifying system.
Oh, yes, yes.
So you can try our water. Or we can say, cheers.
Here's to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. How do I become a president? So I can stay in your suite?
You stay in the suite and that's all. So everyone will call you president.
Ah, I could get addicted to
Yeah.
that. Very nice water indeed.
So this is we have also here living
Mm-hmm.
room. So you can rest as a president.
Yes.
Or work as a president.
Ah, so you can bring your friends and talk about presidential things. Yes.
Yeah. How to be a president and how to solve the problems in the country.
The problems of the country.
I'm blessed that Chapter Hotels or Mr. Chapter gave me opportunity to sit with Boycie. Boycie's visit means to all of us in Serbia, because when we grow up, we was watching fully horses, of course, and everybody knows that, and everybody knows him. But I think the most important for us is that Boycie, one of the actors who is always doing some business. That's what we are doing in Serbia for last 30 years. We are just doing something, and it's gonna be something at the end. So that's why he's a perfect guy for our country. More or less, we didn't have internet in that period, but on TV they repeated always the series, the Fools and Horses, because they didn't have to do anything else except this or the news about bombing. So if you choose Fools and Horses and news about bombing, we all choose Fools and Horses, as that's normal to escape and to have a laugh a little bit during that period. All of us are thinking that next year we're gonna be millionaires. That's the most important thing for us. So we are always thinking, and we are always acting like we are doing some business. So it's like they made the comedy in Serbia, not in England. So it's the same thing, like all the actors, I mean, are from Serbia, not from England. So for us, that's a motto.
Well, I suppose if I was doing something really important, I might need an office, you know, but...
And you can maybe try some our models, which is our gift to you, to have these special glasses.
No, for me?
Yeah.
No, really?
You can try it. It passes to you.
Shall I put them on?
Yeah. You can see how you look.
How do I look? Yes, I look, I don't know, how do I look? I'm not sure they suit me as well as they suit you, you know?
Yeah, you can find some other model.
Oh, I don't know. So there's lots of choices, are there?
Yeah. I have this one.
Oh, this one, eh?
Also.
What do you think?
I think they're better.
You think they're better? Can I trust him? I suppose I can. Yes, you may be. You may be right.
You look like a professor.
So in the darker ones, what do I look like? an idiot.
No.
That's extraordinary, yeah, yeah. So it's these or those, yes?
Yeah. The choice is yours. So if you prefer bigger glasses, then this one. If you smaller one.
The smaller ones, yeah.
I think this one is perfect.
Yes, I think so, yes, yes. Good. Thank you very much. How very kind. I'll put them back in here.
Yeah.
Oh, terrific, thank you. So is there someone in here now who all this belongs to, or this is where all your stuff lives, yeah? At the moment?
This is where Mr. Chapter works at the moment.
Uh-huh.
So he's staying here and working when he's in Belgrade.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's very kind. Thank you very
and
much.
there is also a brochure, so you can read a little bit more.
Yeah, sure, that would be good. Tesla Hyperlight Optics, wow. Wait till I go home and I talk to Specsavers about these.
Yeah.
They will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, that's very good of you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure having lunch and having time with you.
Yes, no, very good lunch, very good. She looks good in them, I must say. Well, I was asked to go to a shopping centre in the middle of Belgrade, and I thought, well, might be a few people there doing a bit of shopping, I suppose, but that's about all. But I was absolutely flabbergasted that over 500 people turned up. The extraordinary thing was that most of them spoke English. And not only that, English I could understand. Hello, yeah, very well, thanks.
Yeah, all the kushti here, mate?
Yeah, kushti, oh, very kushti, yeah. Well, it's not a word I use, my character, but that's for the lower classes, kushti.
I'm lower class, mate.
Yeah, but there you are, mate. That's brilliant.
No, I know.
So you're from London, are you?
No, I'm not from London, yeah. I'm from Belgrade and Stockholm. I'm half Swedish, half Serbian.
Oh, really?
But I go in London quite often. Next month I go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, on business? Or?
Pleasure, probably, yeah. Punk music, concerts.
Oh, fantastic.
Canberra from Australia.
And it's going to be signed in Belgrade and sent back to where?
No, it's mine.
Oh, sure?
The security was really something else. It was really sort of, no. They frightened the hell out of me, I can tell you.
To see Boycie today?
Big stuff, for me, you know. I always wanted to meet someone from only Fools and Horses, and now this is the day, you know, to meet Boycie.
And you've bought something here for him? What
is
it?
Yes, this is a present. This is a sketch from TV show, and green grass.
And you drew it yourself?
Yes. I'm artist, you know.
And it's a present to Boycie?
Yes. This is a special present to him. I wanted to give it to Boycie.
Well, I'm really excited to meet Boycie because he's one of my favorite actors from Only Fools and Horses, and I watched every episode for a couple of times, so I'm very excited to be here.
I worked in this over almost 40 years.
Shopping center is the biggest and most popular shopping center in the region. For us, like a leader in the market, is really privileged to have the star like Boycie. We are privileged to host fans of Boycie here, the great man. It's an honor to meet a man like him. He is so nice, he's gentle, he's so underground, and he's really a star.
I was given an invitation to meet the health minister, and off we went. This extraordinary building. We met the health minister, and I was interested really because of the NHS here. It's a great bone of contention. You know, what do you do with it? How do you support it? How do you fund it? So on. I wondered if it was the same there in Serbia.
Well, as far as I can remember, Boris Johnson started his election campaign from a hospital.
promising that he's going to improve the system and everything else and make sure that these things will be better. I'm not sure if he's going to succeed. It's a really difficult task.
Well,
I remember that Margaret Thatcher also started a healthcare reform but hasn't completed it fully and hasn't the idea that
It's not just a question of throwing money. Everybody throws more money, but it is how it is organised. I just wondered if your system works better than ours, that's all.
The healthcare is free and so on, but you know, for certain cases, I think you still have to pay, which sounds private medicine, which sounds very similar to us. While we were there, we touched on Princess Catherine, who does some wonderful work, charity work, raising money to look after people, less fortunate people, and she goes all round the world raising funds and does an absolutely remarkable job. And the health minister was very keen to say how much good work she's doing. So that was very gratifying. I think the conclusion that I've come to is that not only that comedy unites people, but how lucky I was to be part of a show like Only Fools and Horses. And being out here brings it home to me, really, how much it can help people. When I think of the bombing in Serbia and groups of people escaping from that reality into the land of Only Fools and Horses and laughing and hugging each other, it really brings it home to me that that's important. That's the important thing. Whatever else is going on, that laughter, that enjoyment, that sort of culture, I suppose I could say, brings everybody together. And if only we could bottle that feeling, just take a swig of it every now and again, perhaps all our problems in this world would be over. So here we are in the Peckham of Serbia. Mind you, I'm not sure Peckham ever looked this good, really. A few abandoned cars around, a larder or two. Maybe I could put on my forecourt. Maybe a bit of profit here, who knows? So, what have we got round the corner here? Oh, hello. So, this is where you finished up post-Brexit, Del Boy. I often wondered what happened to you. I think you could have done better than this, though, couldn't you? Ever been to the Seychelles, have you?